Alright, welcome to the Deep Thoughts Podcast, episode 11. I'm surprised we actually got this far, Zach. We made it past 10 episodes, we didn't quit. We're going strong.
I know, we're going to do it till at least another 2 weeks.
Yep.
Then who knows? We're just taking it week by week.
Yeah, we have a big surprise for you all. I'm back in studio again for the second episode in a row. It's pretty exciting. I've put a lot of miles on my car.
Yep, one of these days we're going to get an actual studio.
Yep.
Take out ads in the paper.
If you'd like to donate to our podcast, we can have our own studio. Please message us on our social media accounts.
Yeah, go to our Patreon, $1 a month for nudes.
Yeah. It's actually not a bad idea.
Set the bar low. Get them in.
We'll pay you to look at our nudes.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's an opposite Patreon.
Yeah.
I'm getting back in line.
Alright. So how do you want to start this, Zach? What's
I don't know. You said you had a few topics lined up, so I'm kind of curious to see what you got.
I mean, I guess we could. So the first thing I have on my phone of what I want to talk about just really pissed me off the other day. So I was on Twitter, and it doesn't really have to be Twitter, but I just saw this about how the new Harry Potter movie, like the Fantastic Beasts or whatever, the new movie.
Oh yeah, like the spin-off series?
Yeah, so they're making a new movie, and they casted an Asian actress as like the evil snake that turns into like Voldemort's snake or whatever, which is like a character in the books, but they never really bring it up in the original series. I don't give a fuck about Harry Potter. This is just what I read, and so
it's just my thoughts on things.
And so apparently the snake used to be a human, just like an evil lady, and now and then it turned into like a snake slave for Voldemort.
That's not realistic.
Not at all. That's what I'm pissed about.
A snake.
But no. So they cast an Asian woman. And, like, a lot of people were like, oh, that's good. Like, you know, that's good to have diverse actresses. Like, you know, these Asian women getting
Who
jobs.
cares? It's an Asian person playing a snake.
I know, but then so many people were just outraged. They're just like, why? Like, they should not have cast an Asian actress as, like, as a snake slave. That's just so mean to the Asian culture. And, like, that's just so, like, so offensive.
You're appropriating Kevin Durant.
Yeah, exactly.
The culture of Kevin Durant.
But it's just, like, people are just so mad at that, like, they were casting an Asian woman as, like, a bad person. It's like, they're not gonna fucking cast, like, you can't, what are you talking about? Like,
that's how mad because they casted him as a villain?
Yeah, they were mad that they casted her as, like, a slave type person. Because I guess in, like, I don't know, Asian stuff. Yeah, it's just so ridiculous. Oh my gosh.
I feel like that's been like such like a huge bandwagon. It's just like everybody monitoring like
exactly.
how like diverse the cast is and when which roles they're in and stuff. Yeah. It's just so micromanaging.
It's just so stupid. It's just like not every role is gonna just paint out like Asian women and men to look good. Like
look at Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior.
Seriously. But like it's just like ridiculous how people are just getting so mad that they cast a diverse person as like a bad person. Like it's just like, oh my gosh, like what the fuck are you talking about? Gosh, just let them just be happy they got a fucking role.
Asians are not allowed to be villains.
Exactly, that's basically what they're saying, and it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like it's just so ridiculous, and so
it's just like so like what's the word I'm looking for? Like non-self-aware. I don't know if that's
just I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. Like if they. I don't know, like, white people are villains in a lot of movies, no one cares, but if, like, a black person is the villain, they're like, oh my gosh, like, this is ridiculous, it's just making black people look bad. It's like, what are you talking about? It's so stupid. Gosh, I hate that, like, now, I don't know, it's just pissing me off. So that was the first thing I wanted to bring up, and how that angered me.
Clear the air.
Yeah, exactly, it's been on my chest for a while now. It's just so ridiculous. Gosh, that pisses me off. Alright, anything else to say about that topic?
Not really about that, but I was on my phone. It was kind of a slow day at work today, so I was just kind of browsing on my phone, just nothing much to do, and I was on Instagram, and then I saw a post of that Tim Tebow posted, and he was on the Dr.Oz show, and it kind of reminded me that you went to a Dr.Oz viewing, which is like every woman's dream who's like 55 and up.
Yep.
Every AARP member's dream.
It was also my dream, and I lived it. I was in the studio audience of a Dr.Oz recording. They had Cameron.
You were actually
Diaz
in a
there.
live studio audience?
I was a live studio audience. I got a clap when they told me to clap, and I got a laugh when they told me to laugh.
So did they actually have like an applause sign?
Yeah. They would like click, and it would like turn on really fast or whatever, which I don't know, I thought it was kind of funny. But so basically the whole reason I got to do this is because I went on a New York trip with some like my marketing class or whatever.
I wish I could have gone on that.
It was a lot of money, but
yeah.
So I went on it, and it was super fun. So it was super fun. It was like 3 or 4 days in New York, and then one of the things we got to do is we got tickets to be in the studio audience for the Dr. Oz show. And I was like, hell yeah. I was super pumped. Like, no one else really cared. I thought it was super cool. But
no one else cared?
Nope.
I would have been hyped as shit.
Yeah. They thought it was pretty cool, but like I thought it was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah.
But so moving on from that. Well, another thing, they had Cameron Diaz on the show that day, and she chugged a whole fucking thing of water really fucking fast.
What a whore.
Yeah, it was pretty slutty, but yeah, it was so funny because that was literally the whole thing where they're just talking about just like, I don't know, water or something, and she's just like, Cameron Diaz is weird too.
That'll be the topic of next week's episode. Water.
Yeah, water.
What is it? What's it good for?
But who gives a fuck about water?
Yeah, what is this shit?
Yeah, gross. But yeah, so anyways, and it's pretty cool because like during like the commercial breaks they have like a comedian hired to like, you know, entertain the audience and stuff and kind of like, you know, relax everybody. Mm-hmm. And he was super cool. And there was one point where during one of the commercial breaks he's like, all right, we're gonna have a dance off, and whoever wins gets a signed magazine by Dr. Oz. And I was like, oh hell yeah. and I'm not the best dancer.
Not a poster?
Not a poster. It's a Dr. Oz magazine. But I'm not the best dancer, but I put a lot of effort into my moves. So
especially during like the assemblies, the pep rallies.
Oh my gosh, I was just going off.
Yeah, the dance every single time before the big game.
And so so I stood up, and then this other really chubby guy got up, and like he was just going off dancing. It was like me, the chubby guy, and then just like maybe 5 total other people in the audience because everybody else was like old people. And so like I stood up and I just started fucking just going at it, just waving my arms around, just like, you know, just freaking going crazy with my knees and stuff. And then I ended up not winning it. The other guy won the signed magazine. But then Dr. Oz saw me dance. Or no, the comedian guy was like, yeah, he's like, yeah, so they handed out the magazine to him, and then we kind of sat down. They kind of just, you know, just relaxed and waited for a while.
And then he started crying because of how happy he was.
and then the comedian guy was like, that was pretty good. And he's like, I don't know if you guys saw this though, but there was a kid in that section up there that was really going hard. And he was like,
really making moves for disabled people everywhere.
And he was like, can you stand up for us? And so I stood up, and everyone just fucking staring at me in this Dr. Oz friggin' studio audience. They're like, and he was like, can you show us those dance moves again? So I just started fucking going at it again.
When is it like silent?
Yeah, just dead silent. And I'm just fucking going off for all these old people and just, you know, just dancing as hard as I can. Teddy loved it. He was sitting next to me.
Did anybody get a video of that?
I don't think so. But
that would have been great to post on the Instagram.
Just a video of me just dancing, and then the camera just pans over. It's on the fucking set of Dr. Oz.
No, it's just like you just put volume on. It's just still silent.
Yeah. I mean, like, there's laughter, but there's no music. I was just dancing to nothing. But so that was nice. And then and so right after I danced in front of everybody, I sat down, you know, just gasping for air.
And then everybody's still staring at you.
And then Dr. Oz comes out, and he's like, and he points at me, and he's like, "What's your name?" And I'm just like, "Oh, Blake." And he's like, "Blake, I like your dance moves." And that's the proudest moment of my life. And I want a Dr. Oz hat.
Did he hand it to you personally?
No, I think he handed it to like someone else, and then like they passed it back to me. Mm-hmm. But like, Dr. Oz talked to me, so it's pretty exciting.
So
he likes my dance moves. Yeah, I put that in my bio for Instagram. Dr. Oz likes my dance moves.
Yeah, didn't you get to go to a Mets game during that trip, and then you saw Bartolo Colon pitch?
Yeah,
the legend.
Big Sexy.
Yeah, Big Sexy.
Oh
Did you ever watch like his one career home run, like the call? So
No.
he's like 42 years old, and he's just like this huge fat guy for people that don't know. And I think
he's a pitcher for Major League Baseball.
He's like 5'8" or something probably, and like 270 pounds or around 300.
He's quite stout.
Yeah, he's been in the league since like 1998 or something, around when we were born. But he's still kicking and doing solid.
I love him.
Yeah, so I think this was like 2 years ago. He was like 42, and he's going up to bat, and he's like a career like 0-60 hitter. He's so shit. And then he just gets a hold of one and just belts it out of Petco Park, and then the announcer's like, "The impossible has happened."
Oh my god!
And it's just like he's like, and he takes that long trot around the bases because he's like really slow.
See, those are like the coolest athletes when they're just super big, but just like good at what they do, like fucking like Vince Wilfork. Like I love those people where they're just
Did you ever see that clip where he showed up to
big.
practice in overalls and stuff?
Yeah. Oh, he's a fun guy. I remember watching a video of him playing basketball with like his like family members or something, just like messing around, and he's just so thick. Like it's just ridiculous.
Just
He's literally just out there. Like I think he was wearing overalls again. He's literally just out there just posting up on people. It's like you can't play defense. Like it's literally just playing defense against like a
yeah.
fucking,
How can you
like,
shoot on a guy like that? You can't like back into him like a regular basketball move.
Like, gosh, he's just so
you just have
strong.
to like if you get up close to him, you just have to pass it away, and then hopefully somebody gets a shot off quick, and that's it. I always used to love playing like NFL Street with like used to do only offensive line and defensive line guys.
Yeah, all fat people.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh,
and the offensive line guys run at like -2 miles an hour.
There's just a lot of
and
big
anytime
hits
they get
and fumbles
touched,
and
yeah,
shit.
yeah, anytime they get touched, the ball just flies out of their hands.
Gosh, it's so fun.
I want to get that game again.
I still have it for GameCube. It's the best. Play it all the time.
Yeah, I want to get it because there's a Wii out there, but you can plug GameCube stuff into it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so weird. Well, that would definitely be in my top 5 games, I think, of all time.
Did you ever play the second one or the third one?
No, I did play the second one, but I didn't really like it as much.
Wasn't there like wall running and stuff?
Run on walls.
I never even played the third one. I think, what was it, Chad Ochocinco was on that one? Or
it
might have been
I
Tio.
even played the third one.
Yeah.
But the first one's freaking amazing.
Yeah, that and NBA Street 2 was really good.
I wasn't a huge fan of NBA Street just because.
Well, I mean, you're not as big of a basketball fan anyway,
well, yeah.
so.
Yeah. I don't know. I like the idea of NBA Street, but I don't know. I played FIFA Street, actually. That was actually pretty fun.
Did they only make one of those?
I think so.
Yeah.
But it was pretty fun, though. He could do, like, some crazy, just like,
I guess
just soccer moves.
I guess the only other one was
cool.
Mario Strikers Charged.
Oh
That's
my
like
gosh,
the other.
don't bring that up. I could go on and on about how amazing that game is.
Bring it back.
Oh, it's so fun.
They'll probably make another one eventually.
I hope so.
They just made a Mario tennis game. I'm sure they can make a Mario soccer game.
The Mario tennis game looks fun, too. It's like
I know.
Like, there's a lot of different
I mean, I want to get it,
do.
but it's still like $60. I don't really want to spend that much on it.
I have the original Mario Tennis for Nintendo 64. That game's pretty fun. It's pretty tough, though.
I feel like, well, going back to like those N64 games, I think it was at Jared's house. I think we all were, and we were playing the Mario Kart 64 on like a TV. There's like an HD TV, which already makes it look extra shitty, and we were playing 4-player split screen. So basically, when you're driving, it's just a big blur, and you have no idea what's happening.
I don't even like the original Mario Kart. Like everybody really likes
okay.
that.
Like it was much better back when it came out.
Yeah.
But now with the new ones, with all the crazy shit that happens during it, the other ones just seem so boring and basic.
Exactly. But then but a lot of the old games though for Nintendo 64, like. I don't know, they're still super fun, like fucking like Mario Party, like Smash Bros for 64, like those are really fun.
I think they just came out with a new Mario Party too.
Probably. They're probably like number 17 or something now.
Yeah, I think it was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm like, I never get them because it's like, every time you want to play this, you're not going to play against a computer. That's a game you want to play with your friends. So.
Exactly, yeah, it's definitely a friend game. I mean, that's what I was thinking too, is that like a lot of games these days, like they don't really make it for like local multiplayer split screen.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's mostly online, but I think Nintendo is like the only one that really focuses a lot on it. But
Nintendo's the best.
I mean, there's a reason that they don't do it anymore, just because most people don't use it.
Yeah.
So they're like, why even waste our time for something that nobody's going to use?
Yeah, that's true.
Except for Halo, they kind of got backlash for that, but I guess it's coming back in the next one.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just fucking love Halo, but
I wonder when the next one's going to come out. They've been due for one for a while.
I think it. Well, I
think it's supposed to be probably next year. I would
for Halo
imagine.
6.
Yeah, the trailer they put it out in June. It's probably not going to be till late
Halo
next year.
Infinite or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll probably be late next year.
We talked about Halo Infinite on the first episode of the podcast. It all comes full circle. 10 episodes later.
We just said, "Hey, did you see that trailer?" Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man, the best episode ever.
It was funny. My friend James on Xbox. He was like, "Guys, did you see that new Fortnite Season 6 trailer?" And I was like, "Oh, no." And he's like, "It's not confirmed yet, but I think it's real." And he's like, "And there's like a Halo crossover in it." And basically, he thought for sure that this was real, and I was just laughing my ass off when I sent it to me. Basically, it was just the Halo Infinite trailer, and then it said Fortnite Season 6 at the end.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like, "But what if it's real?" And I'm like, "James, that's not real. Why would Epic Games just copy and paste a Halo trailer and say Fortnite at the end?"
I love if it was real, though. That'd be crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're not gonna. What is this gonna be on PlayStation and Nintendo?
Yeah.
Just a Halo Master Chief Fortnite season.
Oh man. I love video games. Video games are the best. Sick.
Am I right, guys? Let's high five.
Who loves video games? Yeah. So, did you have any topics lined up for this podcast?
Do we ever?
I mean, no. I'm just curious. I mean, I guess I have a couple or something.
Yeah, go for it.
Well, I mean, I have one. So, for the football team that I work with, I have to every Friday I pick up like 16 pizzas from Pizza Hut for like the scout players, and I just like deliver them back to the office or whatever. And whenever I grab it, I always like to, for fun, just not tell them that I work for the football team, and I just pick up the order, and they're just like, "Oh shit, like, there's a lot of pizzas." And then I'm just like, "Oh, thank you." Like
another weekend alone.
Yeah, and they're just, and like the guy was just like, "Damn, this is a lot of pizzas." I'm like, "Yep." I just don't even say anything. And he's like, "Well, don't die." And I was like, "Yeah, I'll try not to."
I mean, you'd think in a college town that he would figure that 16 pizzas is not for one person.
Well, I mean, yeah, but like, I don't know. I think it's fun to just kind of pretend that it's just all for me. I'll just stick it in the back of my car and got my lunch for the week.
And then you just like keep it for yourself, and they go, "It's like, guys, I was mugged." Yeah. Some guy like mugged me and took all the pizzas. The Pizza Hut bandit.
Yeah. Gosh, do you think you could rob a store and get away with it?
I mean, you did.
I did. I didn't get away with it, but they stopped me and arrested me, but they let me go.
Yeah, let's not talk about that.
Yeah. I mean, we did talk about it.
Don't want to incriminate yourself.
Yeah. Man. Oh, yeah, speaking of that, too, I got a fucking speeding ticket a couple weeks ago. That pissed me off.
Oh, yeah, going too fast with your Dodge Stratus.
Yeah. The fucking cop should have realized, like, if you ever...
I'm in a Dodge Stratus, of course I'm going to go 120.
Over a Dodge Stratus for speeding, you got to realize that it's not just me driving the car. I have to live this lifestyle. Like, I bought this car, I have to do what I gotta do, and I gotta drive fast. So that's what the Dodge Stratus is for.
Once I put it in drive, it automatically goes at least 80.
It automatically just goes 0 to 50 in less than a second. That's how it is.
Maybe you should work for Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
You'd be great on those deliveries.
Oh man, I want to be a Pizza Hut delivery driver. I honestly think it'd be a fun job.
The only reason why I wouldn't is because you get like those calls at like 2 a.m. and it's like in some super sketch area, and you're just like, I don't know about this.
I don't know. You get a ton of like
tips, yeah. But then you have to use your car too, and I don't want to like wear the shit out of my car.
I mean, my Dodge Stratus is fun. I don't know. I already drive a lot anyways, so I might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, no. I know during the winter, me and my roommate got like a pizza delivered. And the guy, this is like in the end of December, so this is like basically middle of winter.
Yeah.
And he shows up, and he must not have had like snow tires or something, because as soon as like he got back in his car to leave after he dropped it off, like his tires were just spinning on the snow, and then like me and my friend had to go out and just push him out.
That's awkward.
just to get him moving. Like he wasn't even stuck in snow; he was just on ice, just spinning.
Oh my gosh!
And I'm like, dude, if you're gonna be driving around like 8 hours a day, don't you think you would at least want like snow tires on your damn car?
Yeah, seriously. Well, I remember seeing in the parking lot one time at our high school. I remember. It was,
people would just floor it.
Yeah,
and they'd just be speeding. I'm like, what if your car catches for a second?
You're gonna slam into this guy. Like it's just like I don't know. If I would have had like just sand in my pocket, I'd have been really happy. Just fucking
instead of a pocket full of sunshine, I got a pocket full of sand.
Just toss some sand over there, let him get some traction.
And it can also be used for self-defense.
Exactly. Just throw it in someone's face.
Give me all your money. Okay, let me just reach into my pocket. Sand.
That's all they get you.
That'd be a pretty good idea, though.
Yeah.
Except it'd be a little hard to grab enough sand to really do anything. It's just on a windy day, and you throw it and it just blasts back in your face. You're like, back.
Oh man, sand is just like the worst. Like I hate getting sand like in my shoes and stuff, and like, oh my gosh,
or like
you can never get it off.
Or like at our old elementary school, like they had the playground was filled with like rocks.
Why would they even have that? I don't understand.
And then like guaranteed you would get at least like one pebble stuck in your foot that just drives you crazy.
Yeah. Or then we'd have like rock fights where you'd throw the rocks around, and then your hands would just be so fucking dry. Oh my god, gosh, it was the worst feeling ever. It just felt like it felt
so weird.
I know.
Like it felt like your skin had like no texture.
I felt like they're just covered in clay. Yeah, it was just like made me very uncomfortable.
I remember this was like in 6th grade, and they put like new playground stuff in it, and all we were doing was like playing keep away with the football, and they made us stop because they thought it was too dangerous.
So that was really like the funnest few days ever at recess. We just had the fucking Nerf football, and then we'd
just run around the rocks section of the playground.
Yeah, we'd literally just run around like this little like play area, which had like monkey bars, a bunch of slides, and like stairs and stuff, and we just have like 2 teams just fucking playing keep away, and it was super fucking fun because there were so many obstacles like in the way, so you could just like parkour around people with the ball and just go crazy, and they fucking made us stop. It was so stupid.
I thought it was too dangerous.
And then I brought a racquetball to school to play wall ball, and they didn't let us do that. It had to only be a tennis ball.
Oh really?
Yeah.
They couldn't use an actual racquetball for what it's
for throwing it off a fucking wall. No, for racketing. No, you couldn't do it. It's so stupid. Like
too fast.
Yeah. gosh.
Wall ball was super fun, though.
I love wall ball. It's just so fun when you just have like fucking 20 people. They're just crazy.
Yeah. I always thought it was weird, like at elementary school, they had like an upper field that would only be designated for like certain grades, and then if you were a certain grade, you couldn't go into the other field.
Yeah, that is weird.
I was like, we're all like 1 year apart. Like, is that really gonna matter? Or no, I think you could go in the other field if you were like invited by like another kid. Or something.
I remember that too, because I remember my friend Tucker. He was really, I guess he's my friend now. He wasn't back then, but he was really good at soccer, and like he was always, because my brother was 2 years older than us. And they would always be at the upper field, and I'd be like the lower field. And then Tucker was like 1 year older, so he was the grade in between. Mm-hmm. And I remember like they would always invite him up to like the good field just because he was really good at soccer. And I was like damn, like that must be nice.
He's going places.
Yeah, just the cool guy.
He must have gotten into parties a lot when he was 20.
Oh yeah. In 4th grade, he was just killing it with the ladies. But,
yeah.
Yeah, that was weird to think about. Just. There's a lot of weird elementary school stuff.
Well, and then like the kids that hang around like the adults that would like monitor recess.
Yeah.
The professional tattletales.
I remember when I don't know if you were in my class. I don't think you were, but there was one point in like 5th grade. Everybody started bringing their Nintendo DSs to school.
Yeah, I wasn't in your class, but I remember you telling me about that.
And in class, we'd have the little, it's like Picto Chat. You could get into a lobby and literally just
that was so cool.
It
was kind of pointless though when you think about it, because you could only chat with people that were like right next to you almost.
Yeah, with and also a Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
It wasn't, I don't know.
It's the future.
Exactly. But yeah, so everybody just started bringing their DSs to class, and then for, like at least 20 or 30 minutes a day, our teacher would just read us like a book or whatever after the first recess, because we just like, I don't know, he had like a novel that he would just read to us, and then over like a month he would just read the book to us. It's pretty fun. But during that, everyone would just have their just like DSs out and just Picto chatting with each other. And then the one day I finally brought mine, because I never brought mine, I just watched everybody else do it. I just like kind of picked over their shoulder. The one day I brought it, he was like, okay, we're gonna have to stop doing Nintendo DSs. You guys need to like you can't be on those. And I was like, motherfucker. The one time I actually bring it.
You ruined it for everybody.
I know. Could have been sliding up in some DMs in the Picto chat groups. What's up, ladies?
I remember, I think it was like in 4th grade. Do you remember, did your class ever have it was like warning cards to where if you had like a late assignment or something, you'd have to pull like one of 4 cards. Yeah,
pull a card, yeah.
Yeah, and then they would like always label it on the back if, like what was the reason and like what day it was. And then if you pulled, I think it would go like green, blue, yellow, and red. And if you pulled the red, then you would get like in trouble or something. Yeah. You would have to like take a permission slip home to get it signed. Mm-hmm. I just remember everybody at like break time would just go over to the area and just look at everybody's cards and see what they got in trouble for.
I don't think, see, in my class, they didn't write down what we got in trouble for. We just had to just pull a card. Like, that was just the whole thing. But then we had this thing where every Friday, you would either, for like after second recess, there's like 30 or 45 minutes that like before school's out, and every Friday after that we'd either do DEAR, which is drop everything and read, which is like so basically you just read for the last 45 minutes and just bring a book with
the whisper phones.
But what?
The whisper phones, remember when you used to
hold like these little two-ended
tube? Yeah, those two-ended tube up to your ear, and then you basically just talk to yourself while you're reading.
Yeah, that was creepy out. No wonder so many kids these days love ASMR.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, so it was either that or you'd read, and then the next week for Friday after the second recess, we would just watch a movie or something. But then it was one of those things where like if you pulled a red card, you wouldn't be able to watch the movie. You'd have to go to the office during it. Oh, yeah. And I remember there was one kid in my class who literally got through his cards every single week. Like he was just such a bad student. Yeah. And then one time my teacher gave him all his cards back, like 2 days before the Friday we watched the movie, and he still ended up pulling all of them. And she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" She's just like. Do
you know what he was doing?
No, he just never did his shit. He never did any homework. He just was just a dick. I was like, I don't know, because he never even got to see a movie or anything that year. So she's like, okay, like I feel bad, so I'm gonna give you your cards, and then he just pulled them all. So,
he's like, don't you know I'm leaving this class because I hate learning? Yeah. Like you're just rewarding me by kicking me out of the class.
Yeah. I was always a pretty good student in elementary school, though. I always I
was like a straight A student in elementary, and then like it just slowly declined as I got older.
Yeah, I don't know. In middle school, I was usually pretty good, except they put me in an advanced math class 7th grade, and then I did really bad in that. But I think it's mostly because of my teacher. I had Mr. Young. Do you remember Mr. Young?
Yeah, I had him too.
Yeah, I really like him. Like he's a cool guy, but just the way
he hated our class. He hated our class
really?
Because they would always talk.
Oh damn. But yeah, so I had his class, and then I did really bad. I ended up like, you have to, I think, at least have a B or a C or something.
I think it was a C.
Okay, it was a C. So I ended up getting a C the first quarter, and you have to get at least a C or else like you don't pass the class.
Yeah.
Like you have to get at least a C every quarter.
No, I think it might have been, or you were in the advanced one, so it might have been different. But I think for mine, I think you had to at least get, if you got a D, then you had to get a C the next one. Like you were allowed, I think,
ours
one
is
D.
different. We had to get at least C's every time. So I got a C first quarter, and then second quarter I got a D. So he basically pulled me aside and told me, he's like, yeah, like you're not gonna be able to like get credit for this class. So you could either go down to the lower level class, or just keep taking this class, and then next year you're gonna have to retake it anyways. And I was like, well, fuck it, I'll just stay in this class, and I'll know everything for next year. And then next year it was literally the easiest shit like ever. Like I don't know, like if it was just taught differently or just because I went through a whole year and going through it again, but it was just like, it was just insane. Like I don't know. I would just show off in that class. And we'd have like a. It'd be
it's like yeah, this is my second time taking it. I'm so good.
Yeah, just crack the knuckles. But we'd have this these like games where it's like, okay, like we're gonna do a problem, and the first one to do it gets like a piece of candy, or like if you can do it.
Or is it on whiteboards and then you like hold up the whiteboard or whatever?
Yeah,
to, like, show
and
the
I was
teacher?
just so fucking quick. Everyone was like, oh shit, and I was like, yeah. I was like, watch this.
You guys should
fellas.
have failed.
Yeah, I know.
I remember because I think where were you in pre-L 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I was in pre-L 1. And I was so bad in that class. I think I had like an F for like most of the year.
Oh my God.
And this is like the first class I'd ever had like less than a B in. So I was just like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Like, I just wasn't getting it. And then I think the last test came on, and I was like feeling pretty good about that unit. And then it was the very last test, and I got 100% on it. So on the last day of the quarter or whatever, or semester, I bumped my grade up from like a 57 to like a 72.
Jeez.
And I was like, just skating on by. Survive another day.
That's how one of my classes was last year for college. I took an accounting class, and like it was so hard for me. It was like it fucking
was it
sucked.
101 or was it higher?
No, it was accounting 101. And it was it was just so hard.
It was just a weird, because I also took that class at my school for the year that I did college, and it was just, if I was getting it at first, and then like I just got lost at some point.
Yeah, like it was just like there was always just like such a big workload and just so much shit we had to do. So I and you have to get at least like a C for it to count for my major. And I was literally just like borderline like C minus, and I was like, oh my gosh. And so we had to turn in this last big project, and it took me, I swear I worked on it for like 6 hours straight the day it was due, because I was just like,
what was it on? Was it like creating your own business or something?
Basically we had to just go over a business's like yearly just like purchases and stuff. We had to make a whole like cash flow statement, balance sheet, like everything for it, and like that shit just like didn't make sense for me, so it took me forever to like figure that out. And so I turned it in, and like all the answers were just so wrong, and I was like, I'm gonna fucking fail this class, you gotta be kidding me. And then I turned it in, and everybody was just super stressed about it. And then a week later I got my grade back, and it was at a 150, and I got like a 146, because like
really?
She just like gave me the credit just for doing all the work, and that ended up bumping me to a B minus. I was just like the whole fucking semester and that whole day where I was trying to turn it in, I was like I don't want to fail, and then it ended up bumping me up to fucking B minus. I was like, shit. I was like, damn, that was pretty nice. But
I know I was in that class, and I got like 100% on the first test, and then it was just like all downhill from there.
Yeah, I feel like that's how a lot of classes are. It's just like, I don't know, just so simple, and then it gets.
There's like one day where just they introduce one new thing, and then you're just lost for like the rest of the quarter.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Man, you got any other school stories, Zach?
Were you ever good at like doing presentations?
I mean, senior year I was, but besides that, no. I've gotten better, actually. I mean, it's really weird because like freshman and sophomore year of high school, I was really bad at like talking in front of classes, and I was just really quiet and stuff. And then junior year I started coming out of my shell a little bit more, and then senior year I just fucking didn't care anymore.
I mean, you talked about Peyton Manning being a horse for a presentation.
I miss those days. But yeah, and so then we got to college or whatever, and then freshman, sophomore year of college, I just went right back to what I did in like high school, to where I just like, it was so hard for me to talk in front of like college classes.
Because it's all new people.
Just, like, and it was just like so hard for me, and then now I'm starting to like, it's a lot easier now. So like it's just kind of weird how like, I don't know, like I kind of just like restarted.
Yeah, I was always like, I never liked it, but I was always solid at it. The only problem I ever had was just talking too fast, and I wouldn't even realize it, because trying to rush it almost just to get it over with, but then it ends up kind of hurting the presentation. But yeah, just doing all those marketing presentations and stuff kind of got me used to it. If I didn't do marketing, I would probably be way worse at it. But
yeah, marketing was fun. That's actually like the one class in high school that actually taught me important stuff.
Yeah,
like, it's just like that's actually real.
I mean, that's what I was gonna go into school for. Originally was marketing, but I'm like, okay, how realistic is it? I'm actually gonna get like a decent job in marketing, unless I do like.
Possible.
I mean, it's possible, sure, but like, do I really want to invest all that time and money on something that might be possible to get a like good job in? I mean, unless you're doing like in an MLM or something where you're just like in a pyramid scheme, just marketing shit for people to buy and shit.
Pyramid schemes are.
Yeah, you see, I've seen those plenty of people like on my friends list on Facebook that are like involved in like a pyramid scheme, and they're like trying to just pawn their shit off on other people's like.
Yeah, I remember.
Would you like to lose weight having this product message me and find out or something?
Yeah, it's so stupid. I remember one of my friends that I used to play hockey with. He just like randomly texted me, or he called me one day, and I'm just like walking to class, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And he was just like, he's like, "Hey, like, oh my gosh, like, you gotta do this with me. Like, me and a friend. Like, my friend was telling me about this thing where if you like get like 5 friends to like sign up for this thing, and then you get 5 friends, like we can make like a ton of money."
So he's trying to get you to do a
yeah,
it's like a bad chain text message. So if you don't share it with 10 people, you'll have bad luck.
I was literally just like, dude, that's a pyramid scheme. I'm not fucking doing that. And he's like, no, like this is totally legit. Like my friend was telling me all about it, and I'm just like, yeah, sure, let's do it. Yeah,
my friend was telling me about it. It's obviously not.
Yeah, and then I was like, yeah, let's do it. And then he just like, and then I just never talked about it to him again. And I was like, it's just so dumb. I was like, why are you calling me for this?
I know, it's like they always advertise it like you'll make money super quick, but the amount of stuff that you actually have to sell to like make any kind of money is just ridiculous. Like,
well, it's just because
how many realistically how many people are gonna buy your like weight loss?
Well, just the way it works is that like basically you get 10, just like the head of the pyramid schemes get so much money.
Yeah, they have 10 people, and then that person has 10 people, and then that person.
Because basically all they do is they just have like the 10 people, and then they get all their like family and friends to do it for them. That's the only customers they're gonna get. 'Cause the dumbass product. But just those,
just like with the school fundraisers where you always ask your parents if they want to buy the chocolates.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're not. I think I went door to door for 1 year for something, but
I went to door to door.
I was very unsuccessful.
That was pretty good.
I just felt bad.
The worst. I didn't really feel bad. I was just like, kind of just whatever. The worst part was in elementary school when we weren't allowed just to accept straight money. We had to actually sell them something. Like we had to give them a catalog. Like, you want to buy this like wall like wrapping paper?
Yeah, they couldn't just give us like $2 or something.
Yeah, so see, like people would want to actually like donate to us. They'd be like, "Can I just give you money?" And I was like, "No, you have to buy something." And like, it's so stupid. And then we have to actually deliver it to them ourselves. Like my fucking mom would be in a panic.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I thought like the school just mailed it to them.
No, we didn't do that shit. Gosh, fuck that. Fuck those schools.
It's like the school was doing an MLM.
Yeah, seriously, the schools are teaching us pyramid schemes.
Yeah.
They set it up for us.
Just to fuck over our grandmas chocolates.
Oh man, it's always weird hearing about like old people being like scammed on the phones or whatever, because they're just
I always feel bad for them.
I know, they're just so gullible. They don't know what they're doing.
It's like they can barely answer the phone, let alone know what's actually real and what's not.
Yeah, well, it's funny too, because with my college email, like they warned us about this, like in the orientation week. They're like, "Hey, you're gonna get a lot of like phishing scams, to where it's like it's gonna say click this link here, like you've been hacked," and then it'll just like destroy your fucking email, and you have to get a new one.
That reminds me of something, because whenever I'd go to my grandma's house, my grandma would have like a huge list of websites where it's like phishing sites do not click on. She'd have like a huge notepad just filled with sites to not click on.
It's very wholesome.
Yeah,
but
that's my grandma for sure.
Yeah, so we'd get all these emails and shit, and like you just supposed to like never click on them. But then like I got one email where it's just like hello student or whatever, and it was just like
hello sir or madam.
It was basically just saying just like there's been a lot of like phishing scams or whatever, and like it's basically like so self-aware. So I was like, is this real? Like it was really convincing of like they're getting good. Like
it's reverse psychology to where like we know about all those scams out there.
Yeah, it's like phishing has been like really bad lately. Like if you really want to protect your account, like you gotta like go to this website or whatever. And I was like, I mean, obviously
it's like www.notphishingsite.com.
But it was just so ridiculous. To where it's just like, damn, like they're getting good. Like I respect the hustle.
I know. Do you still get like remember like when army recruiters would come to the high school and then they'd like make you like sign up for like your email or whatever. Do you still get emails for that? Because I still do.
I never signed up my email. Are you kidding me? Like that shit.
There was one guy that literally just like handed us the sheets and was like, can you fill out this, please? And I was just like, I just wanted him like out of my face. So I just like was whatever. And then there was one guy that was like so aggressive where every single kid that walked by was like, hey kid, you want some free stuff? Hey kid, you want some free stuff? Free stuff, kid? You want some free stuff? And
it's so stupid. Those guys just piss me off.
It's like the same guy that would like try to message me on Facebook that's like works through the school. Like I think his name was like Private or Sergeant Quimby or whatever. Yeah, and he would like try to message me. He's like, hey Zach, I saw like 3 years ago you signed in your email on. He was like, are you still interested in joining the reserves? I'm like,
Yeah. Well, because I remember like senior year, like whenever they would come into our class and like talk to us about like the military and stuff, my teacher, I think it was the one teacher, the English teacher that didn't like me.
Yeah.
But she was pretty cool about it because when the military would come in, she would just ask a bunch of questions because like they always make it seem like just so great and like everything's gonna be fine. Like, you know, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. It's gonna be really good for
rainbows
you.
Over at the U.S. Army.
Yeah, and then there's like, yeah, it's just gonna be really good for you. Like, I've got to see so many like beautiful vacation spots. Like, it's just been really great. And then my teacher,
I was like, when do the reserves really travel around? They just do training in like in the States usually.
And then there's like, yeah, it's only for a couple of years and you're done and you can just like, you know, just move on or whatever. And
even though
like,
you still have to check in like every other week.
Yeah. Well, then I don't know. There's a lot of complicated stuff. And then my teacher was just like, she was like, so do you ever like go into battle or like do they prepare you? And she's like, yeah, well, I mean, usually when you sign up for the reserves, you don't want to like go into battle. You kind of want to learn in your own field and stuff. And then he was just like, but by the end of it, you're gonna want to go fight. It's like, what? It's like they literally just brainwash you into like wanting to be in a war. Like, that's ridiculous. Like, why are they doing that to fucking kids?
Well, I mean, because those are usually the most able-bodied people.
Well, yeah.
So it's like they're not gonna put their ads on the AARP cards or whatever.
I mean, well, they got to young kids, but just like, I don't know, just high schoolers, especially because a lot of them don't know what they're gonna do.
Because they're becoming to the legal age to join. Well, that's why they're trying to get you at 18.
It's just so unethical. Like, it just pisses me off.
I mean, they're not making you go in. I don't see what the problem is, but I see what you're saying.
Well, just the fact that like they'll literally just go like come into classes and like.
I mean, if you don't
say how great it is when really it's not.
I mean, if you don't think there's a possibility of going to war in the army, I think that's your fault.
I mean, obviously, like if you're not fully into it, then you shouldn't do it. But it's just like, I don't know. That stuff kind of pisses me off.
Did you do like the register for the draft or whatever once you turn 18? Because I think you're supposed to do that.
You have to.
Yeah, that's.
If you don't, you go to jail. It's so stupid.
Well, it's funny because I'm surprised they don't make you do that in school because they just tell you to like do it online or something.
I had to do it when I got my new license. They're just like, yeah, so...
okay. So, because I did it online because I wasn't even due for license for quite a while.
Yeah. Well, because they're like, okay, like, check this box that says that you'd be welcome for the draft or whatever. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And then it was like, well, if you say no, like, there's a good chance that you'll have to go to jail for 3 years or some shit.
I mean, honestly...
I was like, what? I was like, that's so fucked.
There's not going to be a draft unless there's like a world crisis.
Well, obviously, like I know it's very unlikely, but I'm just saying, like, that's kind of ridiculous how, like, they're literally, like, forcing us if, like, we have the draft. Like, it's like, what the fuck? Like, this is kind of ridiculous. I don't know.
I'm not too worried about getting drafted.
I'm not worried about getting drafted either. I lay awake at night every single day and just think, man, if I get drafted tomorrow, my life is going to change.
Like, I'm not going to get drafted in the Army. I want to get drafted by freaking Minnesota Vikings or whatever.
I want to be in the NFL draft, not the war draft. It's not what I signed up for. That'd actually be kind of a funny video. If it's like an NFL prospect just gearing up and he's like walking on the red carpet, then he walks in, there's a bunch of Army men and they're just like
you've been selected in the 5th round by the U.S. Army.
It's like, wait, what? It's like, you're at the wrong draft, bitch.
The Marines are like, damn it, in the war room. They're in the war room.
Just making the phone calls.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like how originally you asked me, so would you rob a place? No, we just totally did you answer that.
But, okay, yeah.
Would you rob that Pizza Hut?
Let's go. It's like... Okay, we talked about this on like episode 6. Where I was saying if you could get away with like a robbery to like Ross, David, and Jared.
I don't even remember that.
Well,
I bet David said no.
It's pretty short. Well, yeah, but because you guys are talking about like if it's ethical or not. Like, I'm not saying if it's
ethical to rob a place.
No, like if okay,
I was like, I don't
know. I'm not talking about that, but like I said, like, would you be able to? And you guys were saying, like, oh, my morals would let me. But morals aside, say you had to just fucking rob a place.
Well, then I just kill everybody in there and just take the money easily.
Okay, without, like, you have to get away with it, and, like, you can't kill people. I guess, say, like...
Okay, I shoot them all in the leg.
That's also something we could talk about. But, like, it's just stupid because... Or not stupid. What am I thinking? Just, like... I don't know.
It's
I
cheating.
think I could do it. I think I could really rob a place and get away with it.
I mean, it's really not that hard. Like, do you mean just like getting out of the building, or like actually getting away from the cops?
Just actually robbing the place.
Oh,
just
actually robbing the place is so easy.
Not even like alerting the cops. Just like being good enough to where you can get all the shit, get out of there, and they won't even suspect a thing.
Okay, well that would be hard.
I think
because there's probably gonna be witnesses in there, and there's gonna be cameras in like every place. Like unless you're wearing a ski mask.
I'll try before the next episode.
You're wearing a sock like SpongeBob. Put the money in the bank. Put it. Sir, I'm seeing $0 and 0 cents in both of your accounts. Oops.
Oh man. But yeah, that's also another thing about shooting people in the leg. Is why don't
we're on that topic.
Why don't cops shoot people in the leg more? Like, why do they always have to shoot people in the fucking chest? Like, you know, like cops are always just like killing people, like unethically, obviously.
I mean, a lot of the times it's not on purpose.
Well, they're shooting them in the fucking body, though.
No, I'm talking about like if they're like on the run or something.
You'd think they'd have good enough aim, though. Like, these cops are trained to be accurate.
To aim for a guy's leg while he's moving fast and dashing side to side.
Yeah, shoot him in the leg. They usually don't even do that. They're just, like, right in front of them. They'll just fucking shoot him in the face. Like, it's just ridiculous.
It's effective.
I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's not, like, it's for crimes that, like, aren't even worth shooting him for. It's, like, that's just ridiculous. Like, that always, like, I always think about that. How it's just, like, I don't know, you could have easily just shot him in the leg and he would have been fine. I don't know. Can we also talk about how, like, in modern day now, like, they've pretty much gotten rid of the idea that you're innocent until proven guilty?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of ridiculous how, to where...
Oh, it's definitely guilty until proven innocent.
Exactly. I mean, what I just said doesn't correlate to, like, the Brett Kavanaugh situation, because I think that's kind of ridiculous how he actually got into the Senate with all this shit going on. Did you see that?
Yeah, I did, but I mean, yeah, sure, it's a little weird, but I mean, they're just going through due process like they do with everybody, but...
Well, I know they're still going through the process, but, like, today he just got voted.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I thought that was kind of weird. I was like, oh,
like, how do you actually get the...
I thought they were, like, going to delay it for a little while, at least until it kind of blew over.
Gosh, it's so...
Unless they're on, like, a strict deadline or something, but I feel like if there's something like that, like, he's, like, getting sued or something, you'd think they'd at least, like, push it back to, like, a new deadline or something.
I hate the government. But, but
Anarchy!
But that's another... Yeah, it's how you're not innocent until proven guilty anymore, but... I don't know. It's just because, like, people just, like... I don't know, they have these allegations thrown towards them where, like, a lot of times, like, they don't let them do their, like, live their lives during the process, like, which is what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, pretty much, like, no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Like, even if they're, like, a suspect and, like, or something, like, suspected of any type of crime, they're just like, oh, you're fired.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Good luck. And then they're like, oh, I'm actually innocent. Oh, too late, you're already fired.
Yeah.
You already hired someone else.
Just stupid.
Yeah. I'm just hoping that I never, like, end up in, like, that kind of situation or something. That just seems like the worst thing ever to be in. Like, if you're actually
innocent. Yeah. Like, I couldn't, like, can you imagine just being, like, I don't know, like, accused of rape or something?
Just, like, waking up one day and then you just see a bunch of text messages like, what did you do? And I'm like...
Well, that happens all the time, though, with, like, people that have spent, like, 30 years in jail for, like, being wrongfully accused.
Of, like, murder and shit, yeah. And then they get out and they're like, oh, yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
We'll give you, like, 10 grand.
Like, it's just so stupid. It's like you literally wasted their whole lives.
I think that happened recently with a guy where he was put in at, like, 20 years old and then he just got out at, like, 65 or something. Yeah. And they're like, oh, we gave him, like, 50 grand for his troubles or something. And I'm like,
It's so stupid. Like, they spent so much
time in jail
enough for really no reason. Like, it just fucks them over. But
you'd think that wouldn't happen, like, in today's day and age with all that technology and shit.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I guess he was put away a long time ago, so I guess that he was put away, like, 40 years ago.
I don't know. It's stupid now, too, because a lot of, because there's still so many people in jail that are in there because of, like, weed and marijuana and stuff, and now it's legal. So it's like...
So, they're not going to get released?
No. Yeah. Well, I mean, I think in Washington they're actually starting to release people like that, which is good. But, like, everywhere else, they're just like, nope, you just gotta live out your sentence because it was illegal back then. It's like, it's kind of fucked. Like, it's not even bad.
It's kind of weird to think that like there's a prohibition actually for a time
of alcohol.
Yeah,
that was weird. I couldn't imagine that.
All those like underground breweries and shit where it's like into a secret club. It's like, hey, you want to have a Bud Light? Come down here and knock 3 times.
Yeah. Jeez.
It's like, all right, honey, I'm going to church. Quote heavy quotes.
Smelling like booze.
In the religion of Budweiser.
Dilly dilly.
Yeah, dilly dilly.
But it is kind of weird how like stuff is actually like illegal in like the world. Like, I don't know. It's just like.
What? Like murder?
No, I'm talking about murder. I'm saying like substances. I don't get why you get a ticket for not wearing a seatbelt. That confuses me. Like the only person you're like harming is yourself. Like why should I get a ticket if I want to be dangerous? Like, well, it's kind of stupid.
I want to live dangerous. Yeah. I'm feeling wild tonight. I'm going without the seatbelt.
I don't know.
Girls start sweating. They're like, oh man, this guy means business. He's like suicidal.
It is really hard for me not to wear a seatbelt though. Like
I mean, it's such a habit.
Yeah.
It's for me to just click on, but like my roommate, he like never wears a seatbelt sometimes. So like, but my car has like an alarm to where if you start driving without a seatbelt on, it starts beeping, and then he goes, "Ugh," and he like puts it on. I'm like, it's really not that big of a deal to put on a damn seatbelt. Jeez. Yeah, oh yeah, there was one other thing I was gonna say about. Was there a certain type of job that you like? It's hard to explain, but I would feel like if I had a job that would be just kind of a fun one. That's like not totally out of reach, but it'd be fun to do. Like, which one would you do?
I think being a teacher honestly would be kind of fun. I always thought about like being a teacher. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just gotta make it fun. So. I
mean, I feel like that'd be really hard. Like, you'd have to, like, know your shit on whatever topic to be able to, like, help somebody that... Because, like, I could probably tell people how to do stuff, but, like, once they're, like, confused, I would be, like, having trouble how to get them back on track and stuff. And yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I could see myself being a PE teacher, like, once I retire or something. I think it'd be fun.
Or, like, trying
Go back to Mount Spokane, be the new racket sports teacher.
Get the track suit or the track pants on. Yeah.
That'd be fun, actually. My dad really wanted to be a PE teacher, and then... He just never did.
I mean, there's still a chance. I mean, it's not that hard to become a PE teacher.
Yeah, I mean, he has a good job though. He doesn't need that PE money.
It could be a side job.
Yeah, I guess so.
Just do like one period a day of PE. Yeah. You just fill in for someone's prep period every day.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine being like a professional substitute teacher.
That would be so tough.
What do they do? Like, well, I guess they're like. I mean, a lot of substitute teachers are trying to become teachers, but you start out as a substitute.
I'm pretty sure for subs, I think they have like a website or something where it has like it's almost like job listings, and then they kind of just click on it and fill in. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Because one of my brother's friends, he's now like a full-time teacher, but he used to like just be a sub and stuff. And I always wish, because he always taught like while I was in high school, he was a substitute, and I was like, man, if he comes to my high school and is the sub for me, I'm gonna be so happy because it'd be super fun. But it never happened. That would have been cool.
Yeah. I feel like one that would be kind of fun to do is like voiceovers for like commercials. Just being like a narrator or something, just telling people about great deals.
That would be pretty cool, actually.
Just putting on like your biggest fake voice and just like trying to sell shit.
I wish I had just like a super just nice voice and just like, that'd be fun. Be like a radio announcer or something.
Yeah. I kind of have to practice that when I'm like on the phone and I do like the Yokes intro. Yeah.
I haven't really had any jobs that deal with me like talking on the phone, which is kind of weird that now that I think
kind of sucks.
I mean, yeah.
Especially when somebody's like has like their windows down on their car, they're like trying to yell into a speakerphone.
Well, I guess I did have one job, and the phone was awful at the golf course. The phone was terrible, where I could never hear shit, and like it was so hard for me.
That's the worst, because then you just like. People probably think like you're stupid, but you just can't hear.
Yeah.
Because they're like, what?
Can you say that again?
Didn't you say like when you worked at that pro shop, like you didn't know anything, so you just have to like pass any question off to your brother?
Yeah, so I guess I could talk about that experience. So I used to work at a golf course, which my grandpa is the owner of, and like my whole family works there. But so I would work there during the summers, and it was kind of stupid because I literally couldn't help anybody with anything. The only thing I could do is if I answered the phones, I could give it to someone that knows what they're doing, or if they had to make a tee time, like I could just pencil them in, which was easy.
Yeah.
And then I could like work the register for people that came in, but there would literally just be so many questions, and to where it's just like Yeah, so when's the tournament or whatever? Just talking, we're like, how much does the tournament cost? And like, it's obviously stuff that I should know. Like, I work there. Like, you'd think I'd know this is some like little facts. But I'm just like, 1 sec.
Let me ask an employee.
Yeah, I literally have to ask somebody else. It's just so stupid. But yeah,
it's always funny. It's always frustrating. Like when you're like really busy and and the phone starts ringing and you like answer it just to like ask them to hold, and then they just say like. They like don't hear you or something. They just start talking like and asking the question, just like
yeah,
what
yeah. That's kind of like the drive-through, I guess. If you just say like, 1 second, and then like,
they're like, yeah, can I get a?
that's what happened today. I went to Adelano's with my friend Matt, and we went up to the front, and I ordered my food, and the guy was like talking on the drive-through phone or whatever, and he's like, okay, give me a sec, and then he was like started talking to me, and then he's like. This guy just started talking. he's like, this guy, like, I just told him 1 sec, and now he's ordering. I was like, oh shit, that sucks. But yeah, he figured it out. It was okay.
Yeah.
If you don't know Adelano's, it's great Mexican food. Yeah. We're sponsored by Adelano's.
great Mexican food, better employees.
Damn right.
Better service.
Oh man. Oh, here's a topic we could talk about. You got any idea what you want to be for Halloween, Zach? Any costume ideas?
I still have to go to like the Halloween store. Last year I waited until the day before.
Oh really?
And so basically I went to the Halloween store the day before, and they still had like pretty much everything there. Like they weren't like out of stock of anything. Usually they just try to get rid of their shit on like the week after.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I went there. And I kind of already had an idea because I had like some nice clothes I could use, and I was just gonna go as like a 1920s gangster or something. Mm-hmm. So basically, all I had to do was buy like I don't know if it's like a fedora or something. It's like a kind of an old gangster hat that's like yeah, you know what I'm talking about. It's like a bowler hat kind of, mm-hmm. And then it was like a clip-on tie, like a white tie, and then there was like a vest, and then I just wore my own like dress pants, shoes, and shirt. Mm-hmm. And then I ended up winning a gift card at my work for having best costume that day.
Damn.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive.
Pretty good last minute
there you
costume. And it was on the Facebook page for the company too.
Jeez. Yeah. Well, because it's funny too, because one of my brother's friends is listening to this right now. Mason, how's it going?
Shout out to my friends in the 509.
Oh my gosh! Like a couple days ago, he was sending me pictures of just really shitty costumes from Walmart, and I could not stop laughing. It was the funniest shit, dude. Like there was literally like they had this like Sonic costume, and it was like adult size. It was so funny.
I can already picture that in my head, and I hate it.
It's literally him. He's like doing like a running pose too. It was so funny. He had like a little pullover.
I want to see like a super fat guy doing that. He just says, "Gotta go fast."
Gotta go fast. Like, oh my god, those costumes are just the best. Well, I really want to buy like a nice costume, but it's just like the value just isn't there. Like it's just over.
Yeah, you're spending at least like a minimum.
It's like $40 for you're only gonna wear it maybe once in your life. Maybe
yeah, because I think just those like pieces that I got for that costume was like $40 at least. Yeah. It was like 40 or 50. It was between that and there's a costume that was like creepy dad or something. So it was just like a blue like full suit with like white stripes that go all the way down, and it was like I think the idea is you're supposed to like kind of slick back your hair and like a comb over or something, and then there's like a weird mustache and like a red tie. It looks awesome. That was my second choice. I almost went as that. Yeah,
that'd be good.
But I was like, I'm at work. Maybe I don't want to play as a creeper looking guy.
I'm trying to think of but if I had a Sonic costume, I'd think of any way possible to wear it in public.
Sonic, and then you have a friend that's like Knuckles.
It's the whole Sonic gang. It's cute.
And then you go to like door to door trick or treat.
I used to be a ninja like every year for school.
Weren't you like Robin a couple
times? Oh yeah, that was a good one. That was a sick costume. Oh, actually, this is what I'm gonna talk about. For a dodgeball tournament, I used to do dodgeball tournaments all the time, but it was like the Halloween one, and every team, if you dressed up, like you had a chance to win like an extra like $100 for the team if you like had the best costume. So me and my whole team, all of Brady's friends, we dressed up as white girls, and we bought like yoga pants and like wigs and
oh
shit.
Yeah, I think you remember like telling me about that, and you I think you guys took a picture, like a team photo, right?
Yeah, we had a lot of good stuff. But so we did that. We ended up winning the best dress, but like the amount of money we spent on those costumes was more than we won from the actual winning the costume contest. But it was nice though.
It's all about the experience.
Exactly. Gotta show off my fat butt.
Well, I'm jumping around on trampolines.
Yeah, exactly, with the yoga pants on. Dude, yoga pants are fucking comfy, dude. They're so nice.
That's what they're made for.
They're literally like, I have those somewhere in my room, but they're so
You just
nice.
do like your own promo. It's like yoga pants, comfy and stylish. Get them at Forever 21.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah, they're so nice. I need a new wardrobe. Like, all my clothes, like, I only have, like, t-shirts.
I've had the same clothes for, like, 2 years.
Yeah, I've had the same, like, literally every shirt in my room is either, like, it's a lot, like, half the shirts in my room is just stuff I've won or, like, gotten for free. Like, all of it is just, like, it's just stuff I've gotten over.
I know. I have like this one gray American Eagle sweatshirt, and like all the sleeves are starting to get holes in them because of how much I've worn it.
Jeez. I love sweatshirts.
Yeah, I know.
They're so nice.
It's that time of year again. Time to whip out the hoodies.
It is. I know. Yeah. Love me a good hoodie.
Love me a good hoodie. I know. Like, I hate ordering clothes online too, so it's like I have to go to the store. But like. Yeah. Every time I go to the store, I can never find stuff that I actually like. It's just stuff not for me. But then if I go online, it's like it usually doesn't look well after you like try it on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I know Amazon did that new thing now to where you can actually like try on stuff.
Yeah,
like you don't get charged until you like accept the order or something, which is kind of nice. But it seems like that would be a lot of time wasted just trying on clothes, like days.
And then you actually like have to mail it back. I'm really bad at mailing stuff.
Well, especially would suck if you buy something off of like a sports website, because I got something from like MLB.com. It was a Mariners sweatshirt last year, and it took like 3 weeks to get to my house.
Really?
So like, just imagine if I didn't like it, I have to like send it back and then order something else, and that would be like another 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Shit just ain't worth it.
It's like
I don't know. I think pretty much good right now. We're at like about 55 minutes, so
okay.
That's good enough. I think.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably wrap it up.
Sweet. All right. Well,
I already kind of know. I want the thumbnail to be this one picture of Bartolo Colon that I like.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah. So it's fun to be back here in the 509.
In the studio.
In the studio. My home away from home. Maybe next episode I'll be back. Actually, I'm coming back to Spoke Compton next week. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
We're cranking another episode out, yeah.
Yep. So if everything goes good, I'll have 3 episodes in a row.
Actually, I'm going camping next weekend, so I might not be able to.
Motherfucker.
I know.
All right. Well, sorry to disappoint you guys. This might be the last time of me ever in the studio. This is probably the last podcast episode ever. So
yeah. So goodbye forever, guys.
But, all right. So we'll see you in about a week and a half. Hopefully, we got a clap. All right. So thanks for listening, and this is the Deep Thoughts podcast.